Welcome back. Former minister in the St. Lucia Labour Party, Dr. Jimmy Fletcher, has changed his position dramatically on the Citizenship by Investment Program, CIP. He says the program is fundamentally wrong. The statement is a far cry from the position he espoused during the Labour Party's tenure. Former minister in the Labour Party administration of 2011 to 2016, Dr. Jimmy Fletcher, was a guest on the hot seat with host Crystal Riviere. His position on the Citizenship by Investment Program was questioned, given that back in January he told the Voice newspaper that his biggest regret as a senator was supporting the CIP.
It appears that you made a volte-face on your position on CIP. Mm-hmm. You spoke strongly for CIP as a senator between 2011 and 2016. And recently, you appear to be speaking another language or on the other side of your mouth for on CIP. What is your position now on CIP?
Well, actually, I didn't speak strongly in favor of CIP. What I did, the only time I spoke in favor of CIP was when the CIP bill came to the House, came to the Senate. I spoke in favor of CIP.
He says he had an epiphany a few years ago when he had a conversation with a friend about how such a program could affect St. Lucia's relationship with friendly governments.
A friend of mine in a meeting in Miami, St. Lucian friend, said something to me that was so poignant that it caused me to just rethink. I'd never looked at it that way. And he said, Jimmy, you know, what you guys are doing is you're selling something that you have absolutely no right to sell. I said, what do you mean, our sovereignty, our power? He said, no. You're selling something that was given to you in trust. You're selling access to other countries that countries have given to you. So the United States of America, the UK, the Schengen countries have said that we trust you, and we will give you access to our countries. Not so much the USA because you need a visa, but the United Kingdom and the Schengen countries in Europe have said to you that we trust your government, we trust your people, so we will allow you visa-free access to our country. And you've now said, okay, this is something that I have, I can now go and sell it. Because that's really the people who are applying for citizenship. It's not because they want to own land in St. Lucia, it's because they want a St. Lucian passport that will allow them to travel freely all over the world. The people who say that they have they're the most attractive CIP destinations are the ones that have access to the most countries visa-free.
And so now the former minister and former government senator believes the best course of action would be to do away with the Citizenship by Investment Program.
Left to me, I'll do away with CIP. Honestly, I like the position of Ralph Gonzalez, where he has said no CIP in this country. And if it were left to me, I would do away with CIP entirely. I think that there are other ways for us to attract foreign investment into our country. And I think CIP is the very last thing that we should do. So I would if left to me, I would do away with it entirely.
Members of the former SLP government, now in opposition, have argued that the program was introduced with the objective to create a well-regarded, well-regulated and prized program which respected the values of St. Lucian people and their citizenship rights. The party has decried changes to the CIP legislation, which include removing the annual cap of 500 applicants and the requirement to show proof of minimum $3 million net worth. The Labour Party says that removing those stipulations cheapened St. Lucia's CIP. On Thursday, the Make It Happen Foundation donated several pieces of gym equipment to the fire service headquarters in Castries. At the handing over ceremony, the acting police commissioner, the fire chief, and the president of the Police Welfare Association expressed immense gratitude and made many promises to make maximum use of the equipment.
The Make It Happen Foundation donated generously to the Castries Fire Service headquarters, the Police Training Academy, the View Fort, and the Stufra police stations on Thursday, July 9th. Representatives of the Make It Happen Foundation, Raquel Dubule-Chasney and Lucius Lake, echoed each other and explained that the foundation is aiming to make officers as comfortable as possible in order to help boost productivity and morale.
Our board of directors is very pleased that we are able to assist you today by providing access to equipment that will promote, support and encourage healthy lifestyles for both police and fire officers, which is a normal process that they do in the day-to-day activities.
We know that a major part of your lives are spent away from your homes. The scheduling and call of duty requires you to be at the station sometimes for days at a time. Our foundation recognizes that it is often the small things which can make the biggest difference in your working conditions and can boost morale. I know many of you are keen to exercise, stay fit, and pursue a healthier lifestyle, and I am thrilled that our foundation can help with this. I am myself a big advocate for eating right and keeping fit, and I can tell you that you will all not only look better, but feel better too.
Chief Fire Officer Joseph expressed immense thanks to the foundation for making the donation to the many hard-working officers of the police force and the fire service.
Let me first of all thank the Make It Happen Foundation for this generous donation to our department. And we need to remember as well to thank those persons who come to the assistance of the foundation to make it possible for them to assist departments like ours. As was said earlier, the job of firefighters and police officers is labor intensive. You know, we have several difficult tasks to perform. For the firefighter, I mean, especially now during this COVID-19 season, we had the cause to change the shifts. So now, when those persons come to work on a morning, they don't leave until the following day.
Acting Police Commissioner Milton Daisy, while expressing his thanks, explained that not only will the equipment go a long way in helping officers stay fit, it will also help them save money. The 3 pieces of equipment that the police force received were distributed to the Special Services Unit in the North, the Sufra Police Station, and the Viewfort Police Station.
Some persons may say that what is a gym equipment? However, if you look back, you will realize that being a membership of probably a gym, it costs money. So these are monies that persons will not have to spend. Also, the fitness. As we know, police officers, fire officers, they need to be fit to be on the job. There are times that you may be called to a scene, you do not know how long you would be on that scene, and it calls for officers to be fit.
President of the Police Welfare Association, Travis Chico, stated that the donation was done at the best possible time and every single piece of equipment will be put to maximum use.
I know the cameras are fixed on me, and persons will be saying, well, here's a good opportunity for the president to put in some gym hours, which I must say that one of my sole reasons for being here is because that I'm aware that I will utilize the equipment going to the various stations. But however, on my way here, I did give a joke with the members at Marsha. I said to them that every time that there's a donation, Marsha has received the most donations from the Make It Happen Foundation. So I said to them, on my way here, I will see what piece of equipment that I can get from here to take to them. So I must say it is indeed timely, noticing that having operated through the pandemic, our police officers were craving for the opportunity to go to the gyms and really do some workout, burning that sweat. Permit me to represent the fire service, who is also a very close body with the Police Welfare Association. And I'm sure that the president of the Fire Service Association would have shared the very same sentiments with me in terms of we welcoming the equipment at this point in time.
Officers from other stations who did not receive donations today were told that the foundation is currently trying to source funds to provide them with equipment as well as other supplies. In addition to the gym equipment, 3 flat-screen TVs and 15 waiting chairs were donated to the various departments. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
3-time groovy soca monarch Elijah Arthur Ale has released his new wave rhythm. Ale says he has collaborated with many new and upcoming artists on this new rhythm, and during such a time of uncertainty, he thinks it's necessary to switch it up with his genre of music.
St. Lucia's current groovy soca monarch king, singer, songwriter and producer Elijah Arthur Ale has produced and released the new wave rhythm. The new rhythm features many upcoming and promising local St. Lucian artists and does not carry the typical King Arthur vibe.
It features talent from St. Lucia with the likes of Natty Conqueror, myself, T Blacks. We have the Sly, the groupie champion, Kim Pinel, and also T Blacks, who was the winner of the KFC Arthur Alley Challenge. The rhythm is actually different from what I normally do during the pandemic, just to pass the time and develop myself as an artist producer. I decided to go into reggae music, which is kind of one of my early passions, given that I come from a household. My dad used to play a lot of reggae music growing up, so I decided to do a rhythm for just myself in the start. But then when I realized the potential, I was like, you know what, I should get other people to make things stronger. And with the likes of guys like Gersham, who's pushing his reggae vibe, I decided to reach out to him and the other artists and to end up compile the rhythm. And it's been a wonderful experience, and the songs seem to be taken up. So big up to the guys for taking up the challenge too.
Alex says he did have soca tracks ready. However, with the advent of COVID-19, he decided to try something that would fit the mood of the people and be relatable at this point in time.
During this time, I kind of took a little backseat, I should say, from soca, just because of the whole environment, the mental beings of people right now. We've been affected significantly by COVID-19, and I was just in a more relaxed place. So reggae was the first thing that kind of hit me, and I wanted to actually challenge myself to do something other than soca. I've been working on several projects, so most of my songs for the carnival season actually held them back because I decided, you know what, I don't think that's the right mind frame that people are in. Also, I personally wasn't in that bacchanal, get on, fetting mindset. So I decided to go to something a little different and something that people can resonate with throughout the world, no matter where you're from. Reggae is something that can live on forever. And I'm not giving up on soca, coming back to it, but for now, just a little break and to try something different.
He indicated that one of his goals as an experienced artist is to uplift, inspire, and help others along the way.
One of my motives and is always to inspire people, young people. I want to leave a legacy behind that people can actually look back and respect. And it's always been my intention to bring up people under my wing. Over the years, I've developed myself, built a studio so I could actually try to give back. And we started with the KFC Arthur Alley Challenge, giving people an opportunity to showcase their talent. And we've seen a lot of young people showcasing and seeing the potential that they have. That is something I intend to continue. And even just reach out to other artists, give them a chance, the same help that I wanted when I was starting off, to give them that chance to shine a light too.
King Arthur says he is in the planning stage to host the KFC Arthur Alley Challenge, as he believes now is the perfect time, saying COVID-19 has given many people a lot of downtime. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
The Black Heart Football Tournament is known to pull people from all over the island to participate in the beautiful game. Mastermind behind the tournament, David Shakes Christopher, says while consideration has been given to the sporting sector and contact sports, it is likely that Black Heart football fans will be disappointed.
It appears that there may not be a 2020 Black Heart Football Tournament, although the green light has been given for contact sports as well as protocol for spectator attendance. Mastermind behind the tournament, David Shakes Christopher, says given the restrictions, the event would not be profitable.
This year is supposed to be this 18th year for Black Heart. But the protocol right now is not really fully lifted to accommodate a tournament like Black Heart as yet. But Black Heart is normally 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 attendance. It's a huge crowd, it is mass crowd. Presently, what they're saying is that we can resume with contact sports with 200 spectators. Now, 200 spectators wouldn't really cut it for Black Heart because, Black Heart prize monies alone is $35,000 first prize. And then when you check the budget of Black Heart, it's over $250,000. And most of that money will derive from the attendance and the sales from the bars and different sponsorship. So going into Black Heart presently right now with that stipulation of only 200 spectators is a no-no.
He says the executive is waiting on the next phase to find out whether or not they will be permitted to accommodate more spectators.
But from the time you say Black Heart, you're going to see over 500 to 1,000 at the preliminary games. And as the games progresses, you see the thousands, 4,000s, 5,000s coming out. So it would be at a disadvantage for some spectators, because if you only go in with 200, the first 200 we'll have to close off, and then outside we're going to have a bumper crowd waiting to come inside. So we're going to wait for the next phase to see how it happens.
And while everyone is gravitating towards the virtual world, Christopher says to go completely or even partially virtual would be a huge challenge for the Black Art community.
We can do probably a virtual something like that, whereby we can do some games with limited spectators in, and we could stream it. We could get persons like you guys, Hot 7, to get involved, different media houses, but we don't need a sponsorship. We're going to need a media house to really drive it. If we could have a media house who's going to really take this and run with it, we can do it, because at least we can have some kind of footing and some kind of support. But for Black Art themselves to do it, it's going to be a little bit hard, because most of our sponsors, our major sponsors, they've been hit hard also. When you look at Flow, they've been hit. When you look at the Brewery, they've been hit. When you look at St. Lucia Distillers, they've been hit, because these are some of the main sponsors who would really drive the tournament.
He, however, has advised players to keep training, especially now that sporting activities have been permitted. He says the Black Art Committee is in the planning phase of an activity to bring the footballers around St. Lucia together in December. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Sports and weather are coming up after the break.